Welcome back. It's been over 24 hours since unknown gunmen assassinated the mayor of Libya's port city of Misrata. Mohammed Shidwi was killed shortly after arriving in the city from an official trip to Istanbul, Turkey. Libya's third largest city is reputed to be safer and more stable than most of the conflict-ridden and politically divided country, and even has an Italian military presence there. The mayor faced a growing opposition to his rule earlier this year. Assassinations are not new to Libya, but this is one of the most high-profile killings this year. An African affairs analyst, Dr. Okwi Okpala, is here with us for more on this. Many thanks for coming on the program, Dr. Okpala.
Thank you so much.
So, assassinations are not new in Libya, but we can see that the death of this mayor happens to be one of the most high-profile killings. How would you react to this trend?
Well, it's a very worrying situation in that in as much as assassinations are not new in Libya, killings and kidnappings and violent contestation of power has characterized Libya since the death of Muammar Gaddafi. But this one is a new low in that Misrata is the port city is one that is immune. Before now, there are very few cases, unlike other cities like Benghazi and Tripoli and all that. It have been immune from all this. This is for the first time that there is a very high-profile kidnapping and killing. And it's worrisome also because, he's just coming back from Turkey. He went to Turkey, and maybe because of the confidence they had in the security, because before now he used to go about with security, but on this particular occasion, he asked his brother he wanted to ride with his brother, and asked his security men around him not to bother. That is, and then at the traffic light, they accosted him and then kidnapped him and killed him. So it's really very unfortunate. I think people were beginning, that's one area which people will say, oh, this is an oasis in the desert. Misrata is a bit more peaceful than the rest of cities, but the other cities in Libya. So it's really very unfortunate, and there's a lot to be careful about.
But he was not with his security, as you just mentioned. Isn't it possible that there could have been a tip-off that he was not with his security?
It may be true, that may be it. And then I think he was also getting confident because in as much as he has faced opposition, he has been able to, emerge from all of them. And none of them, even the Rajab, the Ibrahim Rajab, the pro-Islamist military council leader, people are saying that, oh yes, he is opposed to the mayor, but then that they may not be keen in killing him or doing that. So honestly, it's worrisome. Although everybody is saying, oh, maybe this is the pro-Islamist military council that they may have done it. Some are saying, oh, probably it's pro-Gaddafi forces and all that. But then, I think the mayor was getting confident because he had been able to rise above certain opposition that had been there, and he felt well. Now, after the storm, there's calm now.
But this is a very high-profile killing. Have there been any reactions since his death was announced yesterday?
That's very surprising, because I was thinking before I was expecting the tradition, the Western countries, the African countries, to rise in condemnation of these and make a very loud protestation to set the signal that this is. But I've not really seen that. Maybe they are slow in coming, but then I expected that usually when something like this happens, especially like you said, the Italian armed forces are still there. The Western countries are very much there. The French forces are still in Libya. In fact, Libya is still in including everybody's eyes on Libya. And when this happened, it appears that there's a conspiracy of silence, and it's surprising. It's really surprising. But maybe because the world is grappling with so many things, and we cannot also take away America used to take leadership in something like this, and with the focus of Trump on America first, tend to and maybe the world is trying to find a new leader, and maybe who when something like this, they comes up quickly, but then I am surprised that there have not been so much condemnation, protestation, and forceful statements.
But while we wait for reactions, the mayor, while he was alive, had faced opposition from parts of the military council, and they even tried to oust him from power, but they failed at the time. Do you think that the spotlight on his killers are likely to fall on his political opponents?
Naturally. I mean, in fact, people are suggesting already that maybe the Ibrahim Ben Rajab, that he is likely. I mean, that the fingers are already pointing at him. But then, you know, one has to also be careful, because in something like this, where sometimes it's not the person who makes open, who oppose you openly that we do this drastic act. Sometimes it's somebody that we, you know, who will be watching and know that the spotlight will go away from him and focus on somebody else. And sometimes it may even be somebody who wants him to be in trouble. And so, oh, look, if this person dies, the first person they will point at. I know, in as much as it could be him, it could be pro-Gaddafi forces, because some of them are likely, all of them are likely to benefit from the death of the mayor. So, but anyway, but for us at now, nobody can say exactly who did it, except the investigation.
Information will come up in the coming days. Well, African Affairs Analyst Dr. Okuyopala, thanks for coming on Network Africa.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, there a contortionist in Nigeria, that's Oyindamola Emmanuel, has made an attempt at getting into the Guinness World Book of Records for the most skips with one leg behind the head in 1 minute. This record was formerly held by Brian Roberts of the United States, who skipped 35 times in September 2016. Oyindamola managed 142 skips in 1 minute.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this.
Nigerian contortionist Oyindamola Emmanuel, popularly called D-Flex, made an attempt to break a Guinness World Record for the most skips with one leg behind the ear. Damola managed 142 skips in 1 minute, beating a record set by Brian Roberts in 2016, who skipped 35 times in 1 minute. The 23-year-old became popular for his rare ability in 2013 after participating in the Nigeria's Got Talent show, where he made it to the top 10. It took him more than a year to get into shape for the feat he just accomplished.
First of all, I just broke the Guinness World Record of most skips with one leg behind the head. The current record was 35, and I did 142 skips in 1 minute. So I feel very excited and happy. I feel blessed because it's been a journey for me, and accomplishing this is like everything to me. I'm very, very happy. I'm very excited.
Contortion is an art that requires phenomenal flexibility and strength. Damola says he spends an hour every day stretching out and coming up with new tricks.
Contortion is not something you see a lot in Nigeria. It's very rare and people don't really appreciate it. But we just hope that this actually helps him and just pushes him further.
D-Flex is amazing. Like, anyone that knows D-Flex knows how amazing she is. I didn't even doubt that I was going to break this record. I mean, knowing from the crazy stuff he already does, skipping one leg behind your neck, the other, mad.
He has a diploma in mass communication and first noticed his ability when he was just 13.
When I do this, people give different reactions. Some get scared, some get very terrified, and some don't even want to watch. For example, my mom, she never wants to see me do this. She never wants to see me because she's always scared, like, I don't know what you're doing, but don't just kill yourself. I don't want to watch you, just get out.
Contortion is not a common art form in Nigeria, but Oyindamola is eyeing an international career that will see him travel abroad and perform there in the future.
Now that's really scary, but that's it on our program today. Thank you for watching. I am Bisi Adebayo.